guys, and welcome back to Homes and Cooking. So the first thing today is happy Halloween. It's Halloweeny from the house that never has any trick-or-treaters, only because we live in a cul-de-sac up the hill and there's no kids in the neighborhood because there's some yards that are big, but it's not like Carmel Valley, which is the most wonderful place, or Carlsbad for Halloween. But anyway, I got candy. Come on over. M&M peanuts, my fave. So I thought I would make some white chicken chili because, you know, I always think that I say that recipes are easy, and it's come to my little brain that cooking is easy. The prep, oh my gosh, sometimes is overwhelming. And so when I say it's easy, it is, but then there's the prep. If you have a prep cook, that's wonderful. But the dog and the boy, they run, so they're not prepping. So white chicken chili basically is pretty easy. I like to get recipes and get ideas, and then I fill in my own ideas. So this one I really have filled in. So first thing I did was I went to Gelson's, very uppity store, but I mean, I like the store. It has the most wonderful roasted chickens. There was one normal chicken left. All the other ones were barbecue. I don't make chili with barbecue chicken. So you shred the chicken. I shred it by hand. Here's my little shredding pieces, which are really good for chili. I saw this recipe that somebody tore apart their chicken, and then they take a hand blender and they they blend the chicken. I swear the chicken looked like mush. I was like, I don't want mush, so I do it by hand. But I'm not gonna make you stand here and watch me shred this chicken. There's a recipe lady online who has some really cool recipes. I've made a couple, but she will stand there and she will chop an onion. And she doesn't talk. I think she's from another country. They just have like titles. And then when she's through with the onion, she will take the pepper or whatever and she will chop. Well, by the time that she gets to chopping the end of the pepper, you've seen the recipe. You know if you want to make it or not. She isn't talking to you, so you're out of there. But so I'm not making you watch me shred the chicken. I had I had a whole shallot, so I cut that up, and then I had a half of an onion, so I cut that up and like minced it, and like chopped is the word, and I put it in 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a nice soup pot, if you can see it over there, and I've been stirring it until it softens, so I'm taking a break now. A lot of the recipes call for jalapeños. I bought a serrano chili today, and we're just not heat people in this house. We like flavor, but heat is just, I don't know, it's overwhelming. And I grew up in California, but all of a sudden heat doesn't work the way it used to. So I chopped this up, I tasted a couple of bites, and it was like, it's too hot. So I always have on hand diced green chilies. These are La Victoria, but whoever makes them. And they got good flavor and a teeny tiny bit of spice. So I threw these in with the shallots and the onions and stir them for like 5 minutes until that's all blended. And then stir in about 4, depending on the size, 4 to 5 garlic cloves minced. Yeah, I get the peel ones, I cheat, but they're really good. And threw those in. And then a couple of the recipes called for putting a quarter of your can of, I get white kidney beans, Cannellini. I got 1 bush reduced salt, 1 Progresso normal salt. I take about a quarter of the can of beans, I rinse them. I put them in a bowl with about 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock. And then I take the potato musher and I mush them. And I make a thickening stock, which is basically why they want to put it in the blender or the mixer and whatever. I just did it by hand, so I have total control of the consistency. So then you're going to put into the vegetables a tablespoon of chili. Once again, I cook to taste. I'm just giving you the basics. After that, you can go up or you can go down, or you can just do what I'm telling you that I do. And then about a teaspoon of coriander. And nope, I took a tablespoon of cumin. So you might want a little less chili, but the cumin is always like the sort of dominant flavor in chili, even though it's called chili. So now that you've seasoned everything, you can put in your shredded chicken, stir, 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 and then throw in about 3 cups of chicken stock. Once again, to taste. If you like it thinner, put in more. If you like the way it is, put in between 3 and 4 cups of chicken stock, your shredded chicken from one chicken, your chopped onion, your garlic, your little bit of heat. If you like jalapeños, go for the jalapeños. And you're gonna cook that until the tastes are blended. I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 minutes. It's a fast one. And then when you get ready to serve, you're gonna chop up a 1/4 cup of cilantro and sprinkle that on the top of the bowl. And before that, whoops, missed the corn. Here's a cup of corn, frozen corn, and throw that in for about 3 or 4 minutes. And even if it's frozen, it'll cook, but I let it defrost. And then do the cilantro on top, and voila, you've got white chicken chili. And what I like to do is I get white flour tortillas, I cut them in little triangles, and I put a little salt on them, stick them in the oven, and I make my own chips. Then I have a big honking avocado and make some guacamole. And also, if you like the taste of lime, squeeze about half of a lime in your chili. Don't do more than half because you want to taste it first. And I think you'll really like it. So thanks for watching. Homes and Cooking, Coldwell Banker Del Mar. The market always picks up for me around the holidays. So if you have any questions or any ideas that you need worked on, I just did a video on how I use AI when I list a house, and it's pretty cool. So give it a watch, subscribe, and thanks so much for watching. Hope I didn't talk too long. Okay, have a happy Halloweeny.